Are you intrigued by history and science that have contested explanations? Ever thought, I'm definitely smarter than my friends, but not as smart as the experts? Then join Craig and Dave as they explore the mysteries of who the why the and how the will they actually find the answers? Probably not, but they'll have a good time trying. Welcome to Craig and Dave's Sci-Piece.
Hello, welcome back to Craig and Dave's Sci-Piece. Today we're gonna talk about. We actually got a suggestion.
mail.
We got fan mail. We got a suggestion.
Fan mail, not fan hate mail.
Not fan hate mail.
Fan suggestion
Fan
mail.
suggestion
I like
mail.
it.
Yep. To talk about the Baltic Sea Anomaly.
Yes.
So we're gonna get into that, but before we do, here's a word from our sponsor.
This episode of Craig and Dave's Sci-Piece is brought to you by Dubby. Dubby makes energy drinks that are jitter-free, crash-free, have no sugar, no artificial colors or dyes, and no BS. You get steady energy that lasts without the jitters or afternoon crash. There's no sugar and all natural colors from fruits and veggies. It's made with coffee fruit extract plus vitamins and amino acids. Your brain needs all these to perform, and there are no fillers. It also comes in a variety of flavors, from Japanese yuzu to s'mores, flavors you won't find anywhere else. Use promo code Sci-Piece for a 10% discount. Go check out Dubby.
All right, so we're going to get into this. And it's funny because I was thinking about this today. Now, we talk about Josh Gates all the time. Obviously,
All the time.
Obviously, we're huge fans, right? Now, we've never mentioned this on the show, but in every episode, there is a tiny Josh Gates
Hidden in the background.
in the background somewhere.
Everyone.
On every one. So if you spot him, comment. Let us know where he was.
Yeah.
So I've been hiding him in every single episode. He's in the background somewhere. A very tiny Josh Gates.
You know what's great is last weekend, my 8-year-old daughter, she's actually in the studio watching right now. She's like, she came downstairs and she sat down on the couch. It was a Saturday or Sunday morning. She's like, Dad, can we watch John Gates? I'm like, I don't know what show he has, but we can watch Josh Gates.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right, Bub? Big Josh. She likes Expedition Unknown.
Yep.
It's
It's a fun show. It's a great show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. They did another one where they, investigated like a haunted World War II aircraft carrier.
Yeah.
She was into it.
Yeah.
Here she,
In like a really tight space.
Yep.
Yep.
They're in a really tight space. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So she's a big fan as well.
Yep.
Big fan.
Oh,
But
yeah.
So we'll have her try to find Josh Gates too in the background.
You'd have to take a look, see if you can find him.
Yeah, but no. So the Baltic Sea Anomaly, and I will be honest, I hadn't really heard of this.
Yep.
Until we get the email and I read it, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to go check into this, and it's interesting at first glance.
It is. I remember the first time I ever heard of it, I was like, "Ooh!" I read more about it because right away I was like, "It looks like the Millennium Falcon." I'm like, "Oh my god!"
And it does.
It does. It
Like
looks
I
just
thought
like-
Pac-Man, but it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
that's because I'm younger than you.
Yeah.
But no, it's very interesting. And coming off of a couple weeks ago, we talked about the Yonaguni Monument in Japan or off the Japan coast. It, for me, is giving similar vibes.
Yeah.
It's got a very unique shape. It's submerged.
Yeah, it's submerged, very geometrical, and that's what they were saying. It looked man-made.
It's not something when you look at it first, you're like, oh yeah, that's just that happens.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like something would just happen.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we said the Baltic Sea. Where in the Baltic Sea is it located? Do you know specifically?
I think it's off the coast of Finland or something.
That sounds right.
I think something like that. Probably should have looked into that. It's over there somewhere.
Up there.
Yeah.
Over there.
over there.
It's
up
near
there.
that space. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all eating fermented fish in that area, no matter who it is. They love that stuff.
Good.
Yeah,
By the way, Finland, happiest place to live.
that's what they say.
That's what they say.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful country.
Yeah.
All that whole area is, even though it's cold as heck. You know what I mean?
It's not much. The climate's not much different than where we are.
No, it's not.
It's
but-
the amount of daylight they get.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
this is a way side story, but when my sister was in college, she actually did a whole year in Sweden, and we went to visit. My parents and I went there for.
Yep.
It was around Thanksgiving because we had the time off, and we
Yep.
actually have relatives that live there.
Yep.
They tried to recreate a Thanksgiving dinner for us, an American one. Wasn't even close.
Nah, I can imagine.
Effort was there, but
Yeah, no, that's
it was
really nice.
because it was that time of year. The sun came up at 10:30 in the morning, and it set at 3:00 in the afternoon.
That's crazy.
It was the wildest thing in the dude. It was wild.
That's
I don't know
crazy.
but then in the summer, though, it's like the sun comes up at 4 a.m. and it sets at 2:30.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Exactly.
yeah, no.
Yeah, exactly. You're just walking the streets. It's broad daylight. It's 1 in the morning.
Yeah. I've been up for 4 days.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it must be so tough to get used to that. I mean,
a
obviously
strange-
growing up there and
You don't
living
know
there all your
different.
life, you don't know any different. But it must be such a
Strange cycle.
strange cycle. Yeah, I don't get it.
It's, I think I could deal with excess daylight better than excess darkness.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Just
But if there's a place on Earth that's gonna have underwater structures like submerged structures from civilizations that may have gone under ice, it's that area. All the volcanic
between the
activity
volcanoes and the polar caps and,
and the
everything.
polar
yeah.
caps and all that stuff, there would be plenty of
Mm-hmm.
things to fall in that category.
Yeah. So, but this anomaly, bottom of the ocean,
Yeah.
it's round. So
Yeah.
its predominant shape is round. It has
Little notch, perfectly square
a
notch,
rectangular
like,
notch off
out of
one
the back.
side.
Yeah.
But in addition, the surface of this circle has a lot of straight and perpendicular lines,
Yeah.
which is very odd.
Yes.
For something that's supposedly occurring naturally.
Yeah, exactly. Something occurring naturally. The other thing about it, as much as they say, okay, it looks like a man-made structure, that's really cool. The other thing is the 300-meter drag mark behind it.
Right. That's the
That's
other
a little
thing.
odd.
All right. So you get this big giant disc, but behind it is
Skid
it's a
mark.
football field of hey, we tried to stop.
We tried to stop. Yeah, exactly.
And we did.
Yeah.
Underwater.
Underwater, yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting. It's definitely a very interesting and unique
It is.
pattern.
I don't know how spherical it is. Or
Yeah,
if it's
I
just
don't-
like a round, like a disc. Do you know what I mean?
It seems like from what I gather, from what I've seen, it seems like kind of flat on top.
Yeah.
And it is round, and it has those very geometric, like I wouldn't call them fractures. They look like
Straight lines.
Straight lines.
Yeah,
on,
which
on
is
the
odd.
top, which is odd.
It does like things like that do happen in nature. Like when
Yeah.
there's certain kind of like stones and hard soil and sediment that when they dry out or they get exposed to a lot of heat like quickly,
Yeah.
will have cracks in those patterns. But it's just it doesn't. It looks.
It does. It looks extremely out of place.
I'm gonna
where
quote
it
the
is.
kids these days. It's sus.
It's sus. Yeah, exactly.
It's
Yeah.
an odd. It's just there's odd circumstances. It's in all likelihood. I'm not a geologist by any stretch, but
Yeah.
in all likelihood, it's just something that happened.
Yeah.
Like you said, with all the volcanic activity, the freezing, the thawing, over
Glaciers.
millennia,
Yeah.
it's likely just something that happened.
Yeah, it's most likely it could have even the drag mark behind it. I mean, think of just glacial the way glaciers work. They would just shove things.
They
Like,
created mountain ranges.
mountain ranges and gouged valleys and did all these crazy things. So
They could flick a marble down a hill.
yeah, you know what I mean. So to look at that, like when you, especially like even up here where we live, you go to New Hampshire, they call it the Granite
The
State.
granite state.
You know,
Yeah.
you go up and you look, and there's just these rocks. The way they're just stacked, randomly stacked, and you realize they were just in the glaciers
Right.
And as it melted, they just melted down, and boom, here they
That's
are.
it. Yeah.
You know, so it's
Gravity's like, I got it from here.
got it from here. Yeah, exactly. So you have these big giant boulders just stacked weird and crazy stuff going on. So that seems to be more likely to me.
Yeah, with what I read up on it since
Yeah.
this, there isn't. I mean, there hasn't been a lot of investigation, but everything right now is like, it's probably just natural. There's nothing to indicate it's anything other than that.
Other than that, I think that's why we haven't heard much about it. When it first came out, it was popular because everybody was like, "It looks like a flying saucer. It
Yeah.
looks like it's man-made."
It's a disc. It's
yeah, there were different things, different theories on it, and I think when it really boiled down to it, and they were like, "Just rocks, man."
Yeah.
It's a rock.
Yeah.
It's a rock formation, whether it was volcanic or glacial
Right.
or whatever, and that's why nobody's. No reason to spend the money to go back and look
Yeah.
at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Over there. In
I mean,
that
there's
area.
better bottoms of the oceans elsewhere that we should be looking at.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I would love for it to be something else.
Absolutely.
But I think at this, and the time where we're living in now, with all of the different, we were talking about this before we started recording, the different disclosure and stuff that's happening. It's like, why lie about this one thing when they're like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, there's already aliens, extraterrestrials with us.
Yeah.
They're saying that. Why would they lie about a rock in the Baltic Sea?
Yeah, exactly.
And who distrusts the Finns and the Swedes?
Yeah, exactly.
Nice people. Why would they lie?
It's such nice people. Exactly. It's so nice.
Oh, it's just a rock.
It's
It's a big rock.
it's a big rock, yeah. But yeah, I don't think it's any. I mean,
It's probably
I don't know.
not.
It's probably not.
I would love for it
But
to
it's
be
an
something else.
interesting thing.
It is. It's a
Yeah.
cool geological thing that's
Cool,
happened because
yeah.
it is. It's got unique shapes, things that you don't normally see.
Yeah, I mean, because you talk about there are very cool, just geological formations and things that you're like Devil's Tower.
Yeah,
That thing is amazing.
yeah.
Don't get
I think
me wrong,
Spielberg was onto something.
Yeah, I'm gonna get. I get frustrated with people. It's a tree stump. It's like it's not a tree stump.
No,
and they're like,
no.
well, they're like there were giant trees back then. It's like, okay, where are the other ones
Yeah,
around it? So there was just this one giant tree in the middle thing, and not only that, where's the chainsaw that cut it perfectly flat across the top? I want to see that chainsaw.
no. They'll explain that with natural erosion, but
Yeah.
but everything else before that,
Yeah,
it's a tree stump.
yeah. But it's such a cool formation. It
is.
massive, and it's just like this weird.
It looks like a tree stump on a scale that's
It does.
ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. Exactly.
We're talking hundreds of meters.
Yeah.
It's
exactly.
that tree would be a mile tall.
Yeah, exactly. And because you get those people like a lot of conspiracy
Say it.
theorists.
Say
yeah. But they claim that, and there were trees. That's the thing, is people take it to the next level. It's like trees were a lot bigger back then. Yes, they
Yes.
were. There was a lot more. It was hotter. You're
There's
you're
a lot
probably
more
talking.
oxygen
There was a
in the
lot more.
atmosphere.
Yeah, and when you go back to whether it be the Jurassic period or the Cretaceous period, so like these areas, this when the planet was really hot,
Yeah.
and we had these massive trees. They were probably
Megafauna.
more likely, megafauna, and these massive trees were more likely like sequoia trees and
Right.
redwoods. Those things are ridiculously big.
Yes.
But these people take it to the next level. They say, "Oh, that's a tree stump." It's like, it's not a tree stump. That is a mountain.
Yeah.
It
It looks like a tree stump,
looks like a tree stump. It does,
but it's rock.
but it's rock. Yeah, and they say, "Oh, it's petrified." No,
It's not. No.
no. Your brain matter is petrified.
If it was
No.
petrified, it would. There's nothing. It would shatter. There's nothing holding it together. This is
Yeah.
just rock.
Yeah.
It's different, man.
It's a dormant volcano. What happened was because they've kind of over the years, it's old, obviously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's an old. So what happened is because the way it's got the striations on the side.
Yep.
What they determined was that at one point it was a volcano. It was coming up. You had, just like if you looked at a volcano in like Hawaii, you got that pool of lava
Yeah.
sitting at the top. You know what I mean? It's flat, and it just cooled, and it went dormant. And it's a dead volcano. And then over years and years and years, the mountain eroded
Just
away,
eroded away.
and left this stone stack of volcanic rock.
At some point, the dirt's gonna
Yeah.
wash away and leave the rock.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
what
you got left.
That's
it.
and it's just a really really cool formation. You know,
It
It's-
is.
But yeah, I mean, there are very like my point with that was saying there are really cool geological formations that look amazing. They're like, wow, how did that happen? You
Yeah.
know, and it's stunning, and you're like, looks like it's impossible, but it's not. And I think that's what that is.
Yeah, I think you and I we take a very like, I don't want to say matter of fact, but just like normal, like regular person point of view in this stuff.
Yeah,
Like, what would be the potential purpose of something like this?
yeah.
It's just rock under the water.
It's just rock under the water. Yeah.
Is it cool? Like I would love it, but it's just a round rock.
Yeah, there's nothing else around it to like to say, oh, like there's a square structure
Right.
over here, or there's other circular structures around it
Yeah.
to say, okay, maybe it was something.
Yeah, and
It's
like
just
you,
alone.
like, along with that formation, if you look out to any part of the American Southwest, when you get out in there, you got like all these buttes and things. And people
Yeah.
are like, that was washed away. Do you know how much water and
Yeah.
time it would take to wash all that
To
away?
wash that away, yeah.
It was
exactly.
wind. Like, all right, listen. What's more likely is that there was a mountain range that just slowly fell apart,
Yeah,
and then the wind blew the dust away. I can buy that.
yeah, yep.
Like, what would be the purpose of something or someone carving out odd shaped things in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah,
It doesn't make sense.
doesn't make sense.
And there's
Yeah.
nothing else that supports it. So, like, nah.
Yep.
I would love for this Baltic Sea Anomaly to be something cool. Like, it is a spaceship.
Yeah.
It's a big round rock at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah,
I said
more
Wotion.
Wotion. Oh, that's better than the way you spelled anomaly when we started.
Yeah,
But
it didn't look like that a few minutes ago. No, it's fine. I deserve that. That spelling was an anomaly.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. But no, so I think the Baltic Sea Anomaly, it's a cool feature. It would be fun. I think for conspiracy theorists, probably take it a little too far. Like, oh, it's got to be this. There's nothing that really supports that or points that way.
Yeah.
Like, it's a cool feature. There's a lot of other things that we just talked about that fit in that category, but there's other things that fit in like that's probably not an anomaly because there's other things that go along with it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like you gotta. I say this phrase a lot. You gotta zoom out and look at just not this one piece. Like, what is everything else?
What is everything else going on
Yeah,
around? Yeah.
You look at everything to help tell the same story.
Yep.
Don't try to make it fit into a story you want to tell.
Yep.
But that's just me.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
I don't think.
No, I don't want to belabor the point.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, it's a cool feature. Like, check
is.
it out. Again,
Yeah.
thank you for the suggestion. We
Yeah,
appreciate it.
definitely. And check it out. If you have an idea of what you think it is, let us know.
Yeah, if you think we're
Make a
wrong and it's a
comment.
spaceship, tell us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We're gonna tell you you're wrong, but
Yeah.
we'll let it. No, I like to take. I have an open mind. I can be convinced.
Yeah,
of things.
especially because someone might look at it from a different way that we didn't think about, and you're like, "Oh, okay."
I never thought of that.
Never thought of that. And
I-
that's why I like this stuff.
I would love to hear something like that. But
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
so email us cdscipiece@gmail.com. Let us know your thoughts.
Yep.
We'd love to hear it. Before we clock this one out, let's see what we're talking about next
let's-
time. You ready?
Go ahead, yep.
All right. Let's see what we got. Ari, do you want to come pick a topic for us? All right, I'm gonna let my 8-year-old who's in the studio pick a topic for us.
Okay.
All right. Here she comes. This is the back of her head.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. So next episode, non-Madal,
Non-Madal.
the Pacific island with the unique structures nowhere else in the world. Say hi to
Yep.
everybody, kiddo.
Hi.
All right, so check us out next episode where Craig and I will be talking about non-Madal. Bye, Josh Gates. Love you.
Bye, Josh.